Okay, this is the fourth bedroom in the basement. So, as of right here, you can see you close the door, and on this side there's a wall, because this is on the other side of this wall is the utility room. And you see there's a vent behind the door. So, you got to keep that in mind. Also, if there's a, you can see how I did it like that, and then you could put a wall right here going up. Now, one thing to keep in mind, you can see there's the light switches here. Obviously, if this was the inside of the closet, when you open up the door, naturally you would think, oh, let's just put light switches over here. Well, when the door is open, how are you going to get to the light switches? So if there was a wall right here all the way up, you'd have to put the light switches someplace like right here. Or you could even put the light switches right here. So you'd have to figure that out. But, they'd have to do the wall kind of like that, just on this side. So when you walk in, you'd have, and you can see how the door, you can get the measurement of the door, and only it comes out a little bit. So that would probably be mirrored on this side. Be out to be right about here, and then you'd have your closet. So essentially your closet would be this space. And then we would have to move that outlet someplace else. You'd have to move it out here, probably. And then this wall right there would get removed. And then this wall all the way up would get removed, and those are non-structural walls. Here's that bulkhead. I'm assuming this is structural, that's why it's like that. But that ceiling is the same height in the closet. So, given this wall is out, your ceiling where the bed, so your bed post or your bed headboard would be against that wall with this closet being gone, and your ceiling would be, it would be not as high back there. So that's something to keep in mind too, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. But yeah, you're definitely getting a lot more square footage in this room, and it's a lot more than even what's showing in this video. So let me show you how many how many inches it would be. Okay, so I got the tape measure all the way back. That's roughly 29 inches. And you can see that you're essentially going to be opening up in depth for this room. I mean, that's a lot. It's over 2 feet. So if you were able to get rid of all this crap and make this part of the room, I mean, that would really open up this room a lot. So then you put your headboard there with your bed coming out. So let me see how long that would be. Okay, so we got the tape measure out. Back there, you can see it back there. That's part of this little bunk bed thing. So we're just going to add an extra inch because it doesn't technically go all the way to the wall of the baseboard. So all the way across, all the way into the closet. That is a little bit over 12 feet. So roughly 12 and a half feet. You can see that goes up to the wall. There's the 6, so 6 and 12. So this is 12 and a half feet long now, just from getting rid of this closet. That'll really open it up. So now if you can imagine, with the wall being right here, going that way also, door closed. So from this wall this way, and you have your window. That is about 9.5. So close to 9.5, 9 feet 4 inches. So it's probably 9.5 you know, with the baseboard and all that stuff. So that's how wide that way it is. So clearly getting rid of this closet is going to open up this room a lot in terms of putting a queen size bed in here. Okay, so this is where the closet would be. There's the door. So let me show you how many inches this is. So from baseboard all the way to the end, it's 33.5 inches. And that's, of course, you know, there's a baseboard here and whatnot, so, you know, it's over 30 inches. I mean, your average closet is, what, 25 inches or so, roughly, and this, you're getting an extra 6 inches or so, you know, give or take, because of the baseboard, you know, being a 3/4 of an inch or a half an inch or whatever. So yeah, you could do that, you know, right over there, hopefully. All the way up. Okay, so headboard of the bed would be there without that closet. And then the bed, I would assume, probably would come out no further than probably right about here. I'd have to do some exact measurements, but it probably wouldn't come out any farther than probably between here and here, which then leaves you with all of this space from about here over to put like a chair back in the corner. You could put a dresser along this wall. So you have plenty of room to put, you know, a dresser or some sort of furniture over there, and then your closet would be here. That would really open up that wall a lot, because that's a pretty big bed. You know, I think it's like a twin, but then they also have these stairs too, which take up, you know, 1.5 to 2 feet. And then your window. And then really what takes up a huge chunk of this room too is your ledge, which is, you know, that's probably 8 to 9 inches at least. So yeah, about 8 inches or so. So yep. I think this is doable. As long as they're able to do that, I don't see why it wouldn't be a problem. Just to remove these studding. I mean, that's not structural at all. And then just put a closet over here. I think that'd be fine. Okay, now speaking with the fireplace movement, the reason why this wall protrudes out is because that's the fireplace. So upstairs, this is the fireplace. So if you were to move this down more towards the kitchen, you'd have to move that. That would be all offset. It would come over here. But here's a potential issue. This is your laundry. This is a little bulkhead here this is structural. So that is structural. So I don't know if that's going to play a problem with moving the fireplace more towards the right. So they'd have to look at the blueprints. But that's something to take into consideration if they were able to move that. That this would still protrude out with the fireplace, but it would be moved over. And then it would be more or less flush with this wall down here. So, just an idea.